Thank you for clicking on an absolute classic today. We are talking about Mario Kart 64, guys. I know I said I was going to take a little break from N64 games, but I had this one booted up already. You know, I was playing it a little bit, and it honestly didn't take me too long to beat. I just did the Grand Prix mode, just did a play through the Grand Prix, 150cc. It was slightly annoying and hard at some points, but overall wasn't too bad. It took me like an hour, and that's about all the depth this game has in a single player environment, you know what I mean? Mario Kart is really a game that needs to be played. It's a couch co-op game at heart, right? It's exactly like Mario Party. It's exactly like most N64 games. They're just couch co-op, man, and you got to get some buddies around to have a good time with them, or some family members, or whoever is close to you, man. I'm going to talk about this game as a single player experience mostly, but I'll also talk about, this nostalgia and all the maps, all the characters. We'll get all into it. We're just going to do a quick intro here on the Mario Kart 64. But what do you guys think of this? Coming back to it, I don't know, man. I really was not too impressed with how this game played. I was blinded by nostalgia when I came back to this. I had to take off my rose-tinted glasses to see this game is unfortunately, coming back to this from playing newer Mario Karts. Just for context, I have not played Mario Kart, like the new one. What is it? Mario Kart 9 on the Switch. I have not played that in probably like 2 years or so. And I have not played these old ones, or this old one rather, in forever, like probably close to 20 years now. So this is what I'm going off of. Coming back to this game from new Mario Karts, it's rough, man. It really is. Like, this game doesn't even have a reverse button, bro. I swear to God, I was trying to figure it out, and there's just no reverse button, which is weird, because sometimes you get slammed into a corner, and you have to just sit there and turn and hold gas, and it takes like a minute to get going, dude. I don't know what's going on with it. We'll get all into it. We'll get all into the likes. We'll get on into my dislikes about it. But that's it, man. Let's just move on here, shall we? Okay, so I really don't know how I'm going to talk about this. I guess I'll probably just bring up the characters and then talk about the maps a little bit. Because, that's all the depth there is to this game, is the map variety, the character variety, maybe the item variety as well. So yeah, man, let's just get into it. Oh, and by the way, I just looked up I looked at the wiki for a quick second to see if I missed anything. Apparently, you can fucking go in reverse. You have to hold B and press down on the joystick, which is wild to me. I don't know. I guess I'm just so used to hitting B, because isn't B in the normal games, like, you don't have to press down, you could just reverse, right? I'm pretty sure that's, what it is in the newer games. I cannot remember off the top of my head, though. I have not played them in absolutely forever. I really only play them, around my family and friends. So it's like, yeah, I'm not really playing that Mario Kart on my own. This is not a single player game. So, yeah, man, let's get into it. We did the Grand Prix mode. Grand Prix mode, if you don't know what it is, it's basically like a tournament mode. There's 4 races within each Grand Prix Cup. There's 4 cups. So, 4 times 4 is 16, meaning there's 16 maps total. Quick maths. So yeah, let's just talk about it, man. And there's 50cc, 100cc, 150cc, which basically, I think it's difficulty, but it's also how fast your kart moves. 50cc slower, 150cc is the fastest. So it's how fast your kart moves. And also, I feel like the higher cc you go, I'm not entirely sure about this. I might look it up, but I do believe it gets harder, or the AI gets harder to race when it's on 150cc. So there's that. I played on 150cc because why the fuck not? I'm only gonna play them through once. So that's what I did. Just went for the hardest difficulty, and it wasn't too hard. There's a couple of maps that gave me trouble, and I will definitely bring them up. But yeah, let's just talk about the Grand Prix themselves, right? Also, for reference, this was the first Mario Kart I ever played. So if there's maps from Super Mario Kart, then I have no idea what they are. Or if they were remade for this game, I have no idea what they are. But yeah, the Mushroom Cup is the first one. You start out with Luigi Raceway. It's like just the most basic racing course ever. It's I don't really know how to describe it. Then there's Moo Moo Farm, the one with the mole rats that come out of the ground. These fuckers were kind of annoying. This map is pretty cool. Didn't really care for those little fucking moles too much though. Koopa Troopa Beach is the next one in this cup. It's the classic beach map. There's crabs that can trip you up too. It's kind of slightly annoying. And then the last one is Calamari Desert, the one with the train that goes around. The train, like you have to stop for the train, right? So it's kind of weird. It like forces you to stop. Yeah, man, that's the first cup. Dude, it's fucking Mario Kart. Like, well, what do I even say about this shit, you know? I had no trouble with this cup in my playthrough. This was probably the easiest one out of all of them. All of the courses are very basic. No real big threats or anything you have to watch out for, dude. But the later courses were just so annoying, man. I had to retry them so many times, especially that last cup. Was not a fan. Dude, I just don't know. Mario Kart, this game is just not fun single player, dude. Like, I understand, like, they're party games at the end of the day. So I might shit on this game a little bit just because the AI I feel was a little unfair at times. But the next cup was the Flower Cup. Flower Cup had Toad's Turnpike, the one that's like on the highway with the buses and the trucks and the cars. Frappe Snowland. This was the classic one you see with the Canadian meme with the cars. That's like fucking walls of snow that they're pushing through. Maybe I'm dating myself with that a little bit, but that's how I see it. Because you drive through like these fucking giant snow trenches. It reminds me of that ancient meme, so that's pretty cool. Choco Mountain. This was probably the most forgettable map in the game. I completely forgot this even existed. It's basically just the brown mountain with, I don't know, there's really nothing unique about it. It's got a couple jumps or whatever. Very forgettable map. And then the last course is Mario Raceway, which I believe is a remake of a Super Mario Kart map. I'm not entirely sure about that, but it sort of looks like anyway. This cup wasn't too bad. Does this one have the big jump off of it, the Mario Raceway? I feel like... Wait, no, this is actually original to Mario Kart 64. That's surprising. It literally looks like a Mario Kart, Super Mario Kart map. But yeah, this one's got the big jump off of it. It's all right. This one gave me some trouble. There's like the turn that's close to the end there. It's close to the finish line. I would always go too fast and fucking throw myself off into the lake, which was slightly annoying. But yeah, moving on to the Star Cup. Star Cup was, it had a couple decent ones. No. Okay, so I mistake the other one. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through the shit here. I mistaked Mario Raceway for the Royal one. Mario Raceway is just another basic ass course, like race course one. So yeah, Star Cup. Yeah. Okay. This was the one with the Wario Stadium. Wario Stadium was the one that looks like a BMX bike course. Sherbert was annoying. Fuck this map in particular. Hated Sherbert. It's the one with the penguins that slide across the ice. And just, if you hit them, there's the penguins in the cave too. It's like so annoying to deal with, man. Such tight corridors, and you get fucked up if you go near them, and then the AI always passes you. Annoying time. Royal Raceway was the one with the big jump that I was talking about. It's like right outside of the Mario 64 castle, I believe. And then Bowser's Castle, dude. There's always a Bowser's Castle game in every single Mario Kart game. This one was very annoying, man. I really did not like this version of Bowser's Castle. The thwomps, going around the thwomps, and then there's the 3 ones that block, that like sequentially fall one after another. It's just so annoying, man. Like, the turning and the controls in this Mario Kart is so fucking annoying. Especially using the N64 controller. Dude, the controls in this game are just not it, man. Like, I don't know what it is. I'll talk about it a little. I'll talk about the controls after I'm done with the maps and the Grand Prix, but Yeah, I don't know, man. It is hard to control. So Bowser's Castle, not one of my favorites here. Not one of my favorites. And that's the last of the Star Cup. And then we have the Special Cup as the very last Grand Prix. This had the most annoying maps in the game. DK's Jungle Parkway. It's the one with the long jump, and you see the ferry in the water. You can jump the ferry, or sometimes you get blocked by the ferry too. Very rarely did that ever happen to me, though. This was the first map. It's the only good map in the game, or in this cup, rather. It was pretty fun, man. It's pretty basic, pretty straightforward map. It's one of the classics I came back to love. Yoshi Valley, besides Rainbow Road, this is arguably the most memorable map for Mario Kart 64 for me. I hated this fucking map, dude. It's the one where you can kind of like choose where to go. There's like multiple ways to go, and then there's like a shortcut, but it's blocked by these little spiky assholes. And there's like so many opportunities to fall off the map in this. It's so annoying, man. Really did not like coming back to this. And then it has the giant egg that spins around at the very like last part of the cliff section. Did not care for this map. Hated it. Not very fun at all. And then you have Banshee Boardwalk. This map, it's a tie between this and Yoshi Valley for most memorable. This map sticks out like a sore thumb, dude. This was one of the ones I feel like I liked it back in the day, but I just did not care for this map again. I hate the bats that come out of the wall. I hate all the sections you can fall off the map. Bananas are OP on this map just because it's so tight. It's so tight. Every time I tried to play this map, I would just have to clear bananas or just die to them, unfortunately. And then like you hit a banana and then you slide off the map, and then it takes forever for the Lakitu dick to bring you back up. Did not care for Banshee Boardwalk coming back to it, man. And then there's Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road, dude, seeing the like neon lights of all the characters in the sky was so nostalgic coming back to it, dude. Like, oh my God, it was so insane coming back to it. I did not remember there was chain chomps on this map, though. Did not remember that there was chain chomps, like, at all. There's fucking chain chomps. You can avoid them, but they kind of come in fast. Like, they spawn and come in super fast, so you have to dodge them really quick. Again, with the N64 controller. Very annoying to do, Very annoying to do because the turning is delayed, I feel. We'll get into it a little later about the controls, but yeah, Rainbow Road, it was pretty good in this one. Definitely the longest map in the game. I really liked it. You can't really fall off the map in this. I don't think you can at all, to be honest, which made it good. But the chain chomps were just slightly annoying. So that's all the maps. That is all the maps of Mario Kart 64. That is a Grand Prix. I also have a gameplay I will upload to YouTube. You can see me fail. I win all the Grand Prix, but I do not win every map in first place because it's virtually impossible. I might look up a speed run of this just to see what it looks like and how fast these guys do it. But man, it actually gave me it took my lunch money, man. The AI in this game is no joke. I know, dude, like the AI is designed to pass you in this game. Like no matter what, I chose like heavy characters. I don't know if this matters, but I chose heavy characters. I chose light characters, and the AI just like the catch-up mechanic for the AI is insane, dude. I don't know. It just feels like they're always able to pass you. So you really just have to pray to RNG gods that you get good items to keep slowing them down, So that's all the Grand Prix. That's all the shit we'll get into. Let me look at what I want to talk about next here, and then we'll get back to this episode's gonna be a little weird because I'm actually I have something to do in a couple of minutes. I gotta go leave too, so I'm kind of like recording half the episode, and then I'm gonna come back and try to do the other half. Just want to see how it works out, to see if it meshes well together, because I do eventually want to turn episodes into longer projects, maybe, that I come back to a couple of times and talk about instead of just one session. We'll see how that goes, though. So, yeah, let me go do my affair that I have to do, and I will be back, okay? All right. All right, degenerates, I'm back. So let's talk about all the playable characters, right? There's 8 of them. Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Yoshi, DK, Wario, and Bowser. I okay, so this is how I think it goes, right? I think I don't know, and I can't be bothered to look this up, but here's how I'm pretty sure it goes. I'm gonna lay it all down here. I believe the heavy characters, they take longer to get to their top speed. Like they have bad acceleration, but their top speed is higher. I think that's how it goes. And then like the lighter characters like Toad, Peach, Luigi, I think they have better acceleration, but their top speed isn't as fast. And then you have like the middle class characters like Mario, DK, Yoshi, maybe. That kind of just have like all around good stats. I think weight might have to do something to do with it too. Not exactly sure. I think the heavier they are, maybe the less time they are like CC'd and stunned from items. Maybe I'm not entirely sure how it works. Never bothered to look it up. So if that's completely wrong, feel free to roast me in the comments. Call me a retarded loser. But I'll just tell you who I use. Jesus Christ, dude. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with me. But I used Wario for the first cup, and then I used DK for the second cup. I used Luigi for the third cup, and then I used Peach for the fourth cup. No particular reason. None of those are my favorite characters, really. I mean, I guess Wario would be my favorite out of all these guys, but Wario or DK probably. But that's really it. No really rhyme or any reason at all to who I used. So that's the characters, man. We just blew through that really quick, but I mean, honestly, is there much depth? Oh, I guess I'll mention really quick. Why is there only one fucking female character, dude? What the heck? Where are my fellow feminists at, dude? We need more female representation in Nintendo 64 Super Mario Kart. Like, what the heck, dude? I'm actually getting so triggered right now thinking about that. All right, no, seriously, moving on though. Okay, moving on to the weapons. I guess I'll just bring them up and then talk about how good they are as I bring them up. So let's start off with the shells. We have the classic green shells. Green shells, you shoot them out. They're not homing or anything. You kind of just have to aim with them. You can shoot them backwards or forwards. Pretty standard. I usually just like to hold one out behind me just as a barrier of protection. That's kind of what I just use it for. Then you have the triple green shell, which is 3 rotating green shells. Only difference is there's 3 of them, so I usually just leave them rotating around me as like a makeshift shield. And then red shell, basically the same thing, except it's like a homing missile. Homing missile meaning it locks on to whoever is in front of you, and it'll follow them and just kill them or knock them off the road. Whatever you want to call it, as soon as it comes in contact. But in this game, in Mario 64 specifically, these things are fucking dog shit, especially on narrow maps. Most of the times what they end up doing is just hitting the wall like a second after you throw it, and it just fucking does nothing. Didn't really care for red shells in this game. They're pretty trash unless the enemy's like literally right in front of you. Triple red shell, same thing as green shell. There's just 3 of them, so I like to use them as a shield unless someone's right in front of me, but it's better off used defensively in my opinion. We have the blue shell, which I actually did not know went back this far. I felt like this was a newer item they introduced into Mario, but I guess it was this old, man. So we have the spiny blue shell. What this thing does is you throw it out and it's a homing missile and it seeks the person in first place. And if it touches anyone on the way to them, it'll also knock them out. It's basically just to fuck over the person in first place. If you're in the podium finish, like the first 4 places, you probably won't end up getting this just because I think it's more reserved for people in the back of the pack. Same with the Thunderbolt. The Thunderbolt, all it does is makes everybody beside you spin out, and it makes them tiny for a certain amount of time. When they're tiny, they lose a lot of their speed, and they can get squashed by other racers. Moving on to the banana peel. Banana peel, everybody knows what the banana peel does in Mario. You hold it out behind you as like a mini shield, or you can place it down on the road. Maybe near item pickups, so you can try to spin other racers out. That's what it does. If you run into the banana peel, it spins you out. Then there's a pack of banana peels, which I believe has 5 of them. You can keep them as a makeshift shield behind yourself, or you can lay them out 5 separate times on the course there and try to trip some people up. We got the fake item box, which is just, it looks like a normal item box, except when you hit it, it sends you into the air and just crashes you out. So, pretty easy to avoid. Pretty easy to see what it looks like, so it's not too bad. And then the last of the items, like the actual buffs, we got the mushrooms. The mushroom, obviously everybody knows, gives you a speed boost. You can use it in some slow terrain settings too to boost over slow terrain and give yourself a shortcut. That one DK Canyon one comes to mind because you can just boost up that the little cliff side near the finish line, so it's nice for that. You got triple mushroom, which is just 3 separate speed boosts, and then you have the golden mushroom, which is unlimited speed boost for like 10 15 seconds of unlimited speed boost. It's pretty good for catching up. You're not going to see that the golden mushroom, like you're never going to get it if you're in like top 3 though. We have the star. Everybody knows what the star does. It plays the classic star theme, makes you completely invincible, speeds you up. Anybody that you touch, you will knock out, and it's just a good catch-up mechanic. And then we have Boo. What Boo does is he will randomly steal another... does he steal an item, or does he generate one? I actually don't know. I always thought he stole it from another player, but now that I think about it, it might just generate a random one. I'm not entirely sure though. Maybe, I think in battle mode it'll steal an item. But yeah, that's all the items in the game, man. There's not too many of them. And some of them are useless. I think the red shell in this game is just so bad. It depends on the map a lot too, right? Because on narrow maps like Banshee Boardwalk, it's just not going to get a lot of value. Same with on this version of Rainbow Road, I feel like it would just hit the wall before it could even go anywhere, you know? I don't know. Green shells just kind of bounce around forever. Green shells are probably better than red shells in Mario 64 anyway. I know in the later games, the homing missile AI is a lot better, so it can connect and not hit the wall. But yeah, on this N64 hardware, man, it's just not it, man. Same with the blue shell. I feel like the blue shell would sometimes kind of crash out too, but I might just be remembering it wrong. So yeah, man, that's all the items. That is all the items in the game. So let's just talk a little bit about the battle mode. This was like the ultimate couch co-op N64 experience, dude. So you could either play, I think you could play Grand Prix with 2 people. You could not play it with 4 people though, but the versus and the battle mode you could play with 2 to 4 people. Versus was just normal, race against your friends. 2 to 4 players, kind of, 1 to 4 if you want to go up against computers. But it's basically just like Grand Prix or single race mode where you just, pick races and race against whoever your buddies are, which is fun. We always used to do, my family and friends preferred battle mode normally. Every once in a while we do races, but the battle mode was fun. Basically, there were these separate arenas or these small arenas you would go on. Your character would have 3 balloons tied to their cart, and if they got hit by 3 separate items, you would lose. It was like an OG Battle Royale before Battle Royale was popular. And it was just fun, man. It was just like last man standing, best cart fucking flinger, best weapon slinger wins the game, bro. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point, but hell yeah, man. That's battle mode. Oh, I forgot to mention the battle mode maps. There's 4 specific battle maps. There's the Big Donut, which is the very big circle with like the lava in it in the center. I always loved this one. This one's nostalgic as fuck looking back on it, dude. Same with the Block Fort. Block Fort was the one with the 4 separate red, green, yellow, and blue like raised squares that had multiple levels that you could drive up with multiple bridges to access all of them. Double Deck was the one. It's also a giant square. It's got multiple floors. It's like red. There's a giant top square, multiple floors, multiple ramps, and then there was the skyscraper one that's kind of like an octagon. It's like just on top of the fucking world with a city view, man. It's pretty cool. I don't really remember this one too much, dude. I really just don't. There's like my memory is like getting unlocked as I'm talking about and playing this game again. Like I have not played this game since I was probably like 4 or 5 years old. or what seems like that long. I genuinely think it was that long. So it has been a while, a very, very long while, and it's been great, man, dude. I just remember playing these when I was young, man. I remember playing battle mode. It was just such a good time, bro. Back when there was literally no responsibility in my life, and just being a kid, the world is so much more different than you view it now and shit. It's just, man, it really just hits different. So I really don't know how much more I have to say about Mario Kart 64. I will say the soundtrack is pretty good. The soundtrack is very nostalgic. Go back and listen to it. It has a lot of good tracks on it. They just pull on my heartstrings, man. They just pull on my heartstrings. So I guess we'll get into maybe some likes and dislikes, maybe. I don't know. Let me think about it, all right? Actually, I don't really even know if I can do that, I'll just... Because this game is all just... I'm realizing now that these party games are just not good games to talk about on the podcast, right? Just because they don't really... They don't translate well to single player games, if that makes sense. All this game, all of the memories I have from it are just playing couch co-op. It's just that's just the N64 in general, dude. That's what I remember it as. That's what it'll always be to me. So it's hard because I can't really come up with stuff to like or dislike about this. I can just mention which maps I like and don't like. But that's probably... I feel like I maybe already did that earlier, did I not? Oh, well, I guess we could just talk about it again really quick. I'll actually just mention the ones I really don't like. So there's only a few of them I really didn't care for. I didn't like Sherberland, the one with the penguins that slide across the ice. Didn't really care for those. Did not like this iteration of Bowser's Castle. I just found the thwomps really annoying. The rest of it wasn't too bad though. Yoshi's Valley sucks ass. There's just so many places to fall off the map. And the spine creatures, when you try to take the shortcuts, are just annoying too because you really got to play around them. Did not like it. Banshee Boardwalk was annoying as fuck. Too narrow, too many places to fall off the map. If you hit a banana, you automatically just slide off the map in this game. Rainbow Road wasn't too bad. I just wish the chain chomps weren't on it. And then in Toad's Turnpike, I felt like there would be some times where you couldn't, squeeze between a lane, or just the way the traffic lines up it's just hard to pass through sometimes. So you feel like you kind of have to just run into traffic and, take the L there. Not too bad at the end of the day. I mean, that's really it, guys. That's the biggest problem I had probably with the game. And just the fact that the red shells suck ass and the items in general. I feel like the only good items were just the ones used defensively, red shells weren't worth using in my opinion. Obviously the star is good and the golden mushroom is good, but as far as top 4 items you only really get shells and bananas and then the fake item box, which, it is what it is. There's just good defensive shit. And also, I'll complain about the catch-up mechanics on the AI in this game. I feel like the AI, they speed the fuck out of the AI in this game. Meaning that I could be in first place for a while, but still, they'll find a way to catch up to me and not even hit me with items. I don't understand how it works exactly, but I feel like they just have some knobs turned for the AI to really excel when they're behind for some reason. I don't know why. But I feel like whenever the AI is super far ahead and I'm behind, I feel like it's just impossible to catch up. Maybe it's a skill issue. Maybe I'm just dog shit at the game. But I don't know. That was just my experience of it. So say what you will about it. I really don't know. Also, another complaint I have, although I can't really be that hard on this game, but there were some maps or some items that when you held them in a certain location on a map, I can think of DJ's Jungle Parkway or DK's DK's Jungle Parkway. Holy fuck, I'm retarded. It would the frames would just get fucked. I swear to God, the game would slow down to 5 frames per second, dude. It would just become so laggy at certain points. I mean, it's just It's just old hardware, though. I feel like, it's fucking product of the time. This was like still so new at the time. This N64 was like the greatest technology at the time too. So it wasn't that great, but it's just a product of the time. What we have now is way better. And then the biggest complaint I have, I guess, is just how many times you can fall off the map on those later maps. I know it's a skill issue. It's just annoying. That's all I'm really going to say. And then for the likes about this game, what's there to really say? I just cherish the memories I made back when we first played it. And cherished playing with, my brothers and my sister and all my friends we used to play this game with. It was just a good fucking fun time. It was a different time for sure. Because now you have kids cranking 90s in Fortnite. But back then we just had, this is all we had. Like, GoldenEye was like the best shooter we had at the time. I was never really into GoldenEye too much. I know it's just impossible to talk about an N64 game without bringing up GoldenEye, right? You just gotta. So, not to say it's probably better now. Gaming is definitely better now. I just don't really know. I don't know, man. It's just never gonna be like it was, Microtransactions are like just a huge part of everything now, and I really just, I don't have too much to say there about that, dude. I really don't know. I guess all I'm really trying to say is that, this is all we had at the time. We didn't have, Game Pass and, PS Plus and, all the stuff people have access to now. Because, dude, Game Pass, think about it. You buy Game Pass for, what is it, $15 or something? And then you have access to, hundreds of titles, man. We just did not have that, We had to make sure games lasted back in the day, If you buy a game and beat it quick, it was just unfortunate, Especially because, Blockbuster used to be a thing. We used to rent games for a weekend, see how it goes. I remember renting, Grand Theft Auto, so many weekends in a row. Just because that's how it was back then, I don't know, man. It's just a way different time than it is now. That's all I'm trying to say. It's I know the boomer in me is coming out right now. I'm not an actual boomer, but holy fuck, I might as well be the way I talk about gaming nowadays. Jesus Christ, dude. But yeah, that's all I'm ready to say. I don't really have much more to say about Mario Kart. If I missed anything, make sure to roast me in the comments and call me retarded. Maybe this isn't. This is not going to be the strongest episode ever. This is probably gonna be one of my weakest episodes actually, but I'm still gonna put it out. I'm still gonna try to learn from it, and I'm gonna take a break from N64 games in general just because I have a couple more I want to talk about, but I don't want to continue just milking them, and I just want there to be some variety on the map or on my channel rather. That's really all I'm trying to say here. We'll just get into the outro. Let me give this game a rating. Rating out of 10. I don't know, dude. As a single player solo experience, Mario Kart 64, 5 out of 10. Middle of the road. There's 16 maps. It's pretty boring by yourself. Definitely better experienced as a party game, as a couch co-op game, as a drinking game, however you want it to be. Definitely way better in that environment. Not the strongest solo game ever, so that's it. 5 out of 10. Nostalgic rating, if Jerry was 5 and he was playing this game, I might give it an 8. I wasn't too big into kart racers, but it was still a great old time. And that's really it, man. So that's all the Mario Kart 64 talk. Appreciate you sticking around. I'm just going to mention what I plan on doing in the future for my episodes. So I think I'm going to pull away from 2 episodes a weekend and go for 1. I want to make 1 high quality episode, whether it be an episode or a mini-sode. Going to try to focus more on episodes, mainline episodes, meaning, games I've played or I'm playing for the first time. Going to try to take a break from N64 games. Going to talk about stuff I know a little bit more about here. I'm playing through Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered right now, which is COD 4 Remastered. So, that's going to be the first COD I talk about on the channel. I'm going to try to make that one a really good episode, but it's not going to be out for a couple weeks. As far as what to expect next, just expect this episode. I'm going to do one episode a week, like I said. I just want to focus on one. Two, I feel like two is just too much of me every weekend. You know what I mean? 2 episodes is just too much of me out in the world. You know what I mean? It's not too much work. It's just, I just don't want that much. The world does not need that much of me talking about a game every weekend, or every week rather. So yeah, we're going to try to stick to just one better episode a week. Hopefully 1 episode a week. And that's where the minisodes come in. The minisodes will come in where I can't talk about a full mainline episode. So that's what I'm going to shoot for. That's the new plan. That is what I hope we're going to be able to accomplish. So Mario Kart 64 is this weekend. Next weekend, maybe expect, the Die Rise Zombies episode minisode. Maybe expect some random Overwatch video, maybe a Halo video. Although I finished the Halo Battle Passes, so I'm pretty much done playing the game just because there's not really any... there's just no really substance in Halo. There's nothing to really get into in Halo, which is unfortunate because it's a good game. They're just not supporting it. But yeah, we're just playing Overwatch. We're playing Halo. Gonna play through Modern Warfare Remastered, so that will get an episode soon-ish. I don't know exactly when, but that's what's on my plate for now. So thanks for listening, guys. Appreciate it if you stuck around this long. Tell me in the comments what I did wrong. Tell me what I should have brought up. Tell me how retarded and faggy I am. Just let me know what went wrong and what went horribly wrong for me, please. All right. Anyways, that's it, guys. Jerry App signing out. Take care.